evening everyone, and greetings from New York. I'm Connie Roberts. I'm sorry I can't be with you there tonight in Sligo to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the iYeats poetry competition. But I hope you have a marvellous night, and I wish iYeats continued success in the years ahead. I'd like to thank the judges Katie Donovan and James Harper for selecting my poem The Cardigan for the highly commended award. Now, before I launch into my poem, I'd just like to mention that it starts with an epigraph. The Cardigan. Even the most crudely sewn initials seem to have conveyed a special kind of intimacy, sustaining the child's individual bond with its mother. John Stiles, curator of the Threads of Hope exhibition, a collection of mid-18th century tokens left with abandoned babies at the London Foundling Hospital. 1. Monogrammed swatches snugged amid the swaddling, tokens and talismans, identifiers should the bottom of the barrel poor or end of her feather mother return to reclaim her child. Lockets and padlocks, keys and coins, a humble hazelnut shell dripping from a yellow ribbon, buttons and thimbles, poems and playing cards, an ivory penknife scrimshawed with flowers, notched copper halfpennies and silver sixpences, a smooth farthing fashioned into an S, bone fish-shaped gambling chips and crusty curled-up calls, timeless tokens tucked away in orphanage billet books. 2. On bone-chilling nights, my mother would place a red lemonade bottle full of warm water at the foot of the bed to warm my feet. Throw an extra coat on top of the bedclothes, and if there was a spare bottle of stout in the house, pour half a cupful for me. Hunkering by the bed, she'd whisper, "Drink it up, pet, it's good for you." Love's little labours not lost on me a few years later as I wrestled with the night in the industrial school dormitory. After her funeral, my father gave me a child's red Fair Isle cardigan she'd kept in a suitcase on top of the wardrobe. It wasn't the vision of my 5-year-old self romping through the 3-roomed council house in it, little Dutch children clog dancing on a floor of tic-tac-toe, a row of white buttons like lozenges that brought me to my knees, but my mother's 6 crude mendings. Stitches like dogs' teeth fastening each sleeve, a fragment of fabric reinforcing the bottom button, and below the elbow a square of woven red yarn. I picture her by the range, bent over her work, running stitches to cover the moth-eaten hole, the empty space. Years darning and undarning. Thank you so much and have a good night.